I'm Mark Mahoney, Assistant Director at the Illinois Department of Central Management Services. While in college, I had the opportunity to meet and listen to James Meredith, a civil rights activist who shared his experience as the first African American to integrate the racially segregated University of Mississippi in 1962. He came and spoke at one of my political science classes and lectured on campus about his experiences in the civil rights movement. What I still remember, not so much of the details of what he shared, but being so impressed with the idea that we were meeting and listening to somebody who was such a real part of the history and the struggle to become a better and more just country. It was more real than seeing it on the news or reading about it in history books or even hearing about it from others who had not actually been there. This was somebody who, as an ordinary person who was trying to do what should be a simple and ordinary thing, register as a student for classes at a state university. He was denied that basic right simply because of his race. He is willing to courageously accept the risk to his own well-being to guarantee a better and more just future for so many after him. And like so many others, his fight did not end there. He was involved in the civil rights movement throughout the 1960s and continued to be involved politically even to this day. Around that time, I also had the opportunity to hear and meet the Reverend Jesse Jackson and as well as Rosa Parks. They were in Atlanta for the Democratic National Convention, and I was part of the student group attending the convention, I believe through the Emory University. They were two more inspiring African American leaders who I believe are two legends of history and such a real part of the struggle for racial justice. I believe those interactions were, at least in part, what sparked an interest in learning more about the history of the civil rights movement, as well as the ongoing struggles for racial justice. And I think it is a direct link to the work we are involved in within the diversity, equity, and inclusion space today. Work that is so important as we continue to fight to dismantle systemic racism and address implicit bias wherever it exists. Understanding the struggles of James Meredith and so many others inspires all of us to stay focused and committed to that work every day. I am so appreciative to have had the opportunity to have had those small brushes with history, meeting and listening to their real lived experiences, and will always remember the inspiration they provide us. For that, I am truly grateful. Thank you.